This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports and Chaco. We're here with the saviour probably of Belfast, probably I'd say. What a night, Jimmy.
Fantastic. Top to bottom, this was a great night of boxing. I thank everyone who turned up. We're going through tough times. To part with your money for a boxing show is during these times is very thankful, very hard, and appreciate everything that they've done. They came out, the noise that they made throughout the night. There was crowds in there from the first bell to the last, but that was a special night of boxing.
I think I looked earlier on today, and I think roughly counted probably about 60 seats left. Did it end up selling out?
I think it did. I have to speak to the venue, but yeah, it was special. We're in the 9,000 mark today. I would say I felt it. Felt more than 10, and that ring walk was just special, really special. Goosebumps, nerves, absolute shit himself. But yeah, that was a great night. But the fighters who took their opportunities, all took them with both hands. Even the ones that lost from Belfast and Rudy Farrell, his stock was up, man. I was very, very impressed with him. I'm very impressed with the fight. It was a great fight, fantastic fight. Unfortunately, it was so far down the card because it was ESPN dictating the card, and they wanted the US broadcast. So, yeah, great fight, and I think both their careers can definitely move forward from it.
I think obviously I was speaking to Rudy earlier, and obviously he got a lot of slack. His girlfriend was getting slated and everything else. I think tonight he doesn't even have to say anything probably to the doubters. His performance in the ring just shows that he obviously belongs first and foremost as a pro, but he belongs in obviously good fights like that.
100%. Him and Colin Murphy were brilliant. Fantastic count himself. He can hold his head high, and his stock has really went up in the defeat. And there's not much time you can say it, but the Irish featherweight division is happening. If Rudy can go down the super bantamweight, even better. I think both lads can really move forward from this. Fergus Quinn, great to see him back. Sean McComb, I think a come-off title could be next for Sean McComb. We're looking at different options. I know Leighton is managing him, and he's pestered me to put him on a show here, and happy to put him on. Sean always provides, and I think he's getting better and better. He needed that wee test tonight, and then kicking into the main portion, Paddy Donovan came through, very, very good, tough, awkward opponent. He came through flying colours. I was really impressed with Kurt Walker. Big step up, massive step up, jump up. Like that was a massive step up, and he came through it brilliantly. He showed real professionalism, graced the ring really well, mixed his shots, hit the body really well, dealt with the pressure really well, come forward style. Kieran Malloy, I think, is special.
I seen you coming backstage and you're going wow, and I think I don't know, I thought you were a choo-choo train coming down and backstage, but you just kept saying he's amazing.
Blew me away. Looked at him against Cyrus Patterson, seen that he gave him a really good account of himself, really tough man, really putting the punches together well, responding to attacks, and I think Malloy just looks like Harry graced the ring, like Harry moved around, shoot footwork, positioning, defence. You can really see the work with Angel and Robert Garcia and the team at Loughborough and Jay Allen, really coming through. He is, I think, something special. We're looking at Galway. We're looking at Galway in October. We're going to go down to Galway next week, look at venues, look at dates, see if they work with ESPN. But I think a big night in Galway would be brilliant before the end of the year for Kieran. Yeah, quality. Like very few prospects blew me away, but he blew me away tonight. And him and Kurt, I think he can jump now like Kurt did, and have a wee bit more of a test. But yeah, special. Both lads came through flying colours, and yeah, proud to be representing and working with them. There's no bullshit with the lads. There's no hard work. I have to be honest. They're all brilliant. And then moving on to Paddy.
Unbelievable.
Everyman. Paddy McCrory should be an inspiration for fighters who don't come through with all the fanfare, and Harry does it. People don't know where he was before he turned pro. People don't know where he was mentally and stuff before he turned pro, and he was unbelievable. And that was a massive step, a leap. Paraban has been in with people, Boatsi,
Barry Jack,
world champions left, right and centre.
James
DeGale. Always give a great account of himself. And just look like Paddy McCrory has dynamite in his hands. Every punch he'd let go, and he showed composure in it. He scared the shit out of me, trading big, massive left hooks, crazy way left hooks. But he had it in his head, and we spoke about it the other day when he called my house and just said, this doesn't go past 5 rounds, it doesn't go past 6 rounds. And I'd say, I don't want to say that, P, but I don't believe it does as well, but you have to think 10 rounds. And he just had that destruction in his thing. So yeah, fantastic. Tyrone McKenna, he's like the postman, he always delivers. He said it went under the war, he got a war and then some. Not as much blood as what I thought it would be, but fantastic. Florian Marcoux next, please. Florian Marcoux next, and we can do it in Belfast. And I'd say Tyrone, if he wanted, could headline his own hip against Florian Marcoux here. But if we like to bring Mick here in December, I would like to have Tyrone and Florian Marcoux. But
you obviously know the history of Florian Marcoux before. Obviously, I think he turned down a fight with Paddy Gallagher. Obviously, I think Sam Jones had obviously mentioned that Florian Marcoux was ready for anybody, and you had mentioned Lewis. Do you obviously think?
He'd never put him in Lewis because the crack is an animal, man. But I think they'll fancy Tyrone coming up from light welterweight. Doesn't look like the biggest puncher, blah blah blah, all the way different things. Yeah. Come and see it. Bring the big Albion and arm over if you want. Sells out here. It'd be a phenomenal fight. Let's see what Florian Marcoux is really made of. You know, I think Jenkins was beating Marcoux until a stoppage. That says a lot about Tyrone and how he can handle it. So yeah.
Do you think, obviously, I think me and Sean McComb were obviously talking earlier, and we were sort of saying, you know, you're on that sort of cross between Ulster Hall and SSE. You sort of have no go-between. Obviously, I don't know what the sort of idea it is, but given Paddy McCrory, obviously, potentially a headline slot, I know he's now the EU belt purse bids in a couple of days' time, but maybe, I don't know, Paddy's that, as you say, Paddy's that sort of guy. Everybody just seems to know who he is.
The whole issue with the card, the whole problem with this card was so many guys can headline. From top to bottom, Sean McComb was on the undercard, he could headline. Like Paddy, Tyrone, you could have put the Irish Celtic title fights in, you know, all these fights could have headlined in their own right, Ulster Hall, Waterfront Hall, whatever. That was the tough thing about putting like the fight position on the card as well. So it's, yeah, we're in a, listen, I think we're, as I said, pivotal moment in Irish boxing. We have so many guys who can headline fights. We have so many big fights we can bring here. Hopefully we win the purse bid for the EU title for Paddy, and we can bring it here potentially in October, November. You know, if we go to Galway, we can hear him in Mick potentially in December. So the world is the oyster for Irish boxing. It's thriving. And I think with the fighters and fights that we were looking to put on tonight and throughout, you know, there's many fights, and I think everyone now on the circuit will see, if you take an opportunity like Murphy and Farrell did, like the risk, the reward it raises, the risk, low. So, yeah.
Obviously, finally, on your brother, then obviously, I think there was a lot of probably maybe edgy moments, obviously in the lead up to the fight. It seemed to be as the fight we got closer, people then started to realise and respect probably who Morel Moraga was. Obviously, it was a sticky moment in round 10. We're obviously thinking, you know, this is it, last round again. Tell me what it was like for you. Obviously, just Michael being your brother first and foremost, but obviously as promoter, you obviously lose, and where does he go sort of next? And I'm sure you were through everything tonight.
Promoter, I don't think about it being a promoter. I just think of my brother. That's my hero, like him, my dad. Harry responded back. Harry responded back as a man, as a boxer, as a father, as a husband or fiance. He showed me a lot tonight. In hindsight, this was the perfect fight. We said it was the perfect fight because he was going to put him in positions that Lee would put him in, and he had to rectify the mistakes and be better, and he did it. And again, caught in the last round, how did he respond? He responded like a true warrior, a true fighter, and pushed Mariaga back and outfought him and held him and roughed him, and you know, fantastic. Listen, I couldn't be more prouder. He boxed the masterclass. It was unbelievable for 10 rounds, unbelievable. He got caught. A bit of water as well made him slip and made him a bit jiggly and gave him.
It was nearly nothing in part 2, wasn't it?
Oh Jesus, no. And you were just going fuck. But that shows how much he learned. That shows how much he matured. Harry responded, Harry reacted. He's ready, man. He's ready. World title next.
That's what I was just going to touch on. Obviously, the Woods situation with Santa Cruz seems to be all messed up.
Kiko Martinez next, I think. If they Kiko Martinez next for less money, like he said.
You probably maybe look then at Emmanuel Navarrete. He's also with Top Rank as well.
I'm not sure how the situation with WBA plays out, but obviously Wood is the biggest fight out there for both fighters. If we can't do a world title fight, Wood. Dogbo's in the talks at the minute as well. So, yeah, we want a world title. But also there's big names out there that Miguel has. He is a name in the featherweight division. He is a name on broadcasters' lips. He is a name. The pulling party does tonight. And listen, tonight we'll enjoy it. Next week I'll start to make names and plans, whatever. But yeah.
Do you think obviously now, the defeats happen, he's obviously had to take a risk. He's now in a sort of situation in the game where the next fight's crucial, where you ideally wanted to be out for a world title because...
This fight is the most crucial fight you could ever be because he's going to has demons in his head. If he didn't fight Manuel Navarrete, or if he didn't fight your man, Miguel Mariaga, and he fought a lesser opponent, people will still be putting a doubt in his head that he didn't fight someone who can punch, you can't take, but all these different things, blah, blah, blah. The demons are gone. Next, everything is done. Let's move on.
Want to obviously touch finally on your other hero and your other inspiration. When we came here tonight, Northern Ireland obviously guaranteed 4 silvers at the very least. I'm not sure obviously how the last 2 went, but your father obviously is doing an incredible job with Northern Ireland over in Birmingham.
We had a great night tonight, and he goes and makes us look like fools, and I think they'll probably be the most successful Northern Irish team that come off games. And as a testament to him, the time he puts in, the time he dedicates his life to the sport 7 days a week, more than me, more than Mick. He's on it all day, every day, with all different game plans. And there was 4 fights. I said before it, your boy's going to lose or your girl's going to lose, and he just kept saying to me, "With a game plan, you know nothing," and he proved me right every time. So, as I said, we're in his shadow. Everything we do, we're only at his coattails, man. He's the hero. I think he's the best coach in the world. I think he's the best coach in Ireland. I think he's probably the best coach to ever Commonwealth Games coach after the previous 3 Commonwealth Games. And how he's doing it and how he's managing it, and he's bringing through new coaches. Damien Kenny doing a fantastic job. He's been thrusted into the limelight. My dad threw him in there, and he's took it with like a duck to water, and fair play to him. He's been learning through the years there with my dad, and also high performance, and they're coming through. Brilliant, kids are brilliant. Dylan Nicholson's a superstar. I think Jude Gallagher is an unbelievable fighter. Again, they have superstars galore here. Amy Broadhurst, Carly
I watched Amy Broadhurst semi-final today, 6-0 pro, and after 2 rounds they could have thrown on the towel.
I think Amy Broadhurst, Kelly Harrington, look at the depth of talent we have, and coaching staff behind it is all the credit, and their families behind them is all the credit. But yes, we have fantastic fighters. Top to bottom, the team's done brilliant, and long may it continue. Hopefully some goals tonight, tomorrow.
If your dad, obviously your dad, as he said, I can take one person from that Commonwealth Games team, who would you pick and why?
No comment.
See, I just tried to throw one in there. But also, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure we're going to, hopefully, fingers crossed, hear some fight news and a new fight card very shortly.
Hopefully.
Thanks for your time, Jimmy.